Yes, I know we're still talking about Yamato and Odin's journal, even though I made an entire video about it, but like I said in that video, it's literally a POV side story of Kozuki Odin's adventures with the Whitebeard pirates and the Roger pirates, and one of the characters within the story right now has that physical copy of the story. So yes, it's very important, and while I did make a whole video breaking it all down and what it means and what Yamato could possibly know, check that out if you haven't seen it, I didn't mention the possibility of the fourth road poneglyph. And I want to give a quick shout out to my boy Vito Knight, who brought this idea up to me in the video we recorded together. That and his channel is linked right down in the description below, but he brought up that point I had missed before of the fourth road poneglyph and where it possibly is, and Yamato potentially knowing that, so that really got me thinking, and here we are, making this video. First, a little refresher on poneglyphs. Now, poneglyphs have always been this mysterious thing to us. It was first really introduced in Alabasta and the whole connection with Nico Robin, but it's also currently very relevant right now because originally they were made by the Kozuki clan as a way to preserve the history of the Void Century. As of right now, there are believed to be 30 of them scattered across the world, but they're all different. Now, most of them are telling history, right? Like the ones that Robin has seen. The first one was found in Alabasta, and that one is supposed to contain information about Pluton. Now, of course, Robin never revealed that information. Robin, you know Robin, the absolute information bank, knows about everything, but only reveals things that are relevant in the story, so we don't really know what Pluton is and where it is. There's another one in Skypiea, and that one revealed information about Shirahoshi later on in Fishman Island. Speaking of Fishman Island, there was one there as well, and that was the letter of apology from Joy Boy. So yes, poneglyphs were always very important, a huge connection to like Robin's dream and Ohara and what they were trying to figure out. Essentially all the information on the Great Kingdom and the ancient weapons and the Void Century, it was all contained and preserved in these poneglyphs. But that's all we thought they were. It wasn't until Zou that we got the big reveal that it was not all history. There are 4 road poneglyphs that map itself out in different areas, and then it all connects to this like center point, which leads to Laugh Tale. So it wasn't like you could just keep following that line like Crocus said, and eventually you get to the last island, which kind of makes sense because you were kind of wondering like how come guys like Kaido and Shanks and Big Mom, like people super strong, why couldn't they just follow this path and get to that island? But at the same time, Lodestar, the name of that last island, only Roger made it there as well. So I'm very curious as to like what is going on there. Is like the currents crazy or like some kind of requirements that you have to do in order to reach that island? Maybe I'll make a separate video on that, but these damn birds, what the fuck? Maybe I'll make a separate video on that, but the road poneglyphs, they are what takes you to Laugh Tale. Now, there are 4 of them in total. One of them is on Zou with the minks, one of them is with Big Mom, and then one of them is with Kaido. But the 4th one is completely unknown. Nobody knows where it is. Now, there were plenty of theories that popped up right away when this was revealed. It being an unknown, some people thought, oh, maybe Shanks, right? 2 of the other Yonko have one. It could make sense that Shanks has the last one. That's how, you know, the whole storyline with Luffy connects again, and then Luffy gets the last poneglyph from Shanks that way and eventually sets up a fight with Blackbeard or something. Elbaf was another location that a lot of people thought maybe it's there because it's been hyped up for so long as this great destination. The land of giants, what better place to protect another poneglyph? But recently we got more info in the Odin flashback, and it was revealed that Roger, when he found that last poneglyph, it was on Fishman Island, right next to the letter of apology from Joy Boy. Now, where it went after that, we still have no idea, right? So the current location, still a mystery, but we're starting to get a little bit of hints of like where it last was, and now we could play a little bit of Sherlock Holmes to try and figure this out. So obviously the last known location, Odin know where it is, and by association, Yamato knows because of the journal. Now, does Yamato know the actual location? Like if the Roger Pirates and somebody else moved it, would she know where it got moved to? I don't think that's the option because the mystery of it being completely unknown, I felt like Oda set that up for a reason, for it to be like an adventurous thing that we set out to go and discover this thing. But I do think there is some sort of hint in that journal. Now remember, like this journal, Odin wrote in it every day for the 5 years that he was out at sea. So the day they discovered the poneglyph and all that, I'm sure Yamato has more like information than what we saw, which was like very quick, like brief thing on Fishman Island. He probably wrote in detail of like that poneglyph and like what they thought of it and eventually like what they plan to do with it maybe. And what's most interesting about this is that Whitebeard could have moved it somewhere. Now I think that could be the case because the first thing you have to consider is the Roger pirates, they went to Fishman Island to collect that poneglyph and went there without much resistance at all. They kind of just strolled up, and obviously Neptune's not gonna like body Roger and like Rayleigh and guys like that, but they like went in there without any issues. So I'm thinking at that point Fishman Island was already under Whitebeard's protection. That's why they were able to do it. Now you saw Whitebeard and Roger and those guys clashed and everything, but at the end of the day they were friends. They were just having a drink at the end of the day. Also Odin going with Roger, I felt like kind of like formed an alliance in a way where like obviously they're not gonna attack each other because Odin was with the Whitebeard pirates before. So the Roger pirates going into Fishman Island without any issues, I feel like it means that Fishman Island was already in Whitebeard's protection. Another thing to consider is Fishman Island, before it was under Whitebeard's protection, it was like ravaged. It was like the only entry point into the new world. So a lot of pirates were showing up, like taking fishmen, kidnapping them. And it wasn't until Whitebeard proclaimed that to be his territory that it was calm. Now, if a big poneglyph was there, you would think that pirates would probably try to mess around with it and steal it and everything. So the other fact that it looked kind of peaceful there and there wasn't any battling or anything gives me the hint that Whitebeard probably claimed that as his territory as well. There is the argument that nobody knew that was a road poneglyph and it was like very important because Odin was really the only person to be able to read that. You know, only the Kozuki clan like top members, like leaders and future shoguns were able to read it. Momonosuke can't because his dad died before he could learn it. So my guess is Fishman Island was already under Whitebeard's protection at that point, and then Roger pirates and Odin went in there, discovered how important that poneglyph is, and then there was like different ways that they moved it, either the Roger pirates or the Whitebeard pirates. So let's break this down. The first option is the Roger pirates moved it, right? Once they found out that poneglyph was very important, they're like, okay, this can't stay here, we have to move it to a good location, another secure location. And I think this could be a really good way to reintroduce Roger pirates into the story because there are still a lot of members to the Roger pirates that we haven't seen, like Scopper Gaban is one of them. I want to see Scopper Gaban. Hey, maybe he's there already, right? The mysterious cloaked person that we saw talking with Marco and then a long time ago talking with Crocus could be the same person. Maybe that's Scopper and maybe he's there, and that could be a way to connect the fourth poneglyph and he knows where it is and he kind of takes them there. It could also be possible that the Oro Jackson is with the last poneglyph because I want to see the Oro Jackson again because I need to know what that egg is. Like, what is that mysterious egg? So I think the Roger pirates moving it somewhere and Yamato possibly having a hint or even just knowing because Odin was part of the Roger pirates could be a way to reintroduce the Roger pirates, maybe bring that egg back and everything. But I like the idea of Whitebeard moving it himself even better, and let me explain why. Vita and I brought up this idea first of Whitebeard moving the road poneglyph to a specific territory of his, and then but his take was that Blackbeard now has control of it because after the Payback War, the Blackbeard pirates kind of took over most of the territories from the Whitebeard pirates. But I also don't feel like that's the case because if that is the case, the Whitebeard pirates would have known where that location of the last poneglyph is this whole time. So one, like it would have probably been known by the rest of like everybody because their informational network, especially the Yonko, are very strong. So it probably would have been known that the Whitebeard pirates had the fourth poneglyph. And if they had it, I feel like it would be known at this point that the Blackbeard pirates have the fourth poneglyph. So here's my theory slash take on this, right? So Roger and Odin go to Fishman Island, they find out that poneglyph is very important. And of course, Odin and Whitebeard, they're boys, right? So Odin's like, yo, Whitebeard, my dude, you gotta move this thing because it's very important. It's like one of the things that leads to Laughtail, the final island. And then Whitebeard's like, oh, word, okay, I got you. Obviously, he doesn't really care about it. He doesn't want to be the Pirate King. He just wants a big old family. So he's like, okay, I'll move it to a secure location. I'll make sure it's safe. But he makes sure he moves it to a place so hidden, like Sphinx Island in a way, that his own crew members don't really even know about it. Or maybe just like Marco knows about it. So in this way, the Blackbeard pirates do not have it, and it's hidden out in a Whitebeard territory that nobody knows about. So maybe Yamato reads the journal and like finds out about this information about Odin telling like Whitebeard to move in, then Whitebeard saying he will move it to a secure location, and then we get a hint of where it possibly is, right? And maybe like Whitebeard spoke in this like very mysterious way. It's like, oh, don't worry, brother Odin, like I'm gonna move it to the sacred land where I told myself I will always bury my greatest treasure, where the rivers flow west and the sky rises in the east at the dawn sun of 6 o'clock and these green snakes are very beautiful there. Alright, so it could set up this mysterious kind of exploration in a way, because I still think it should be an unknown location for the Straw Hats to go and explore. And it could be a great segue from Wano because Marco is there right now and he could go with the Straw Hats to find out more about this last poneglyph and location. And I really think the Whitebeard pirates and Marco need to be heavily involved within the next arc. Because one, even if they're all here, I think they should play a more supportive role in this war. And two, there's a lot more we need to learn about them. They needed a like little redemption, maybe a little bit in this war, but then later on as well. I need to see more character development of the Whitebeard top commanders like Vista and Jozu, and especially Marco. We need to see more from them. So them getting involved in the next arc makes sense to me. And the big thing is, there's another storyline that they have to resolve, and that is Weevil. Weevil got introduced post-time skip as a threat to the Whitebeard pirates. Now, Oda would not introduce a big character like him and not have it play a bigger role in a later story. And the only way to do that is not like off-panel of us finding out like, oh, Marco and the Whitebeard pirates actually defeated Weevil and it's all over now, right? No, Weevil has to come into the main storyline, and the only way for that to happen is for the Whitebeard pirates or Marco to be with the Straw Hats. And now, speaking of Weevil, he is obviously being manipulated by Bakkin. And Bakkin, we speculate that she was probably with Whitebeard on the Rocks Pirates. Now, do we really think Bakkin is just like stupid and thinks Whitebeard has this great treasure that nobody knows about? Or is it possible while she was with Whitebeard on the ship of the Rocks Pirates, she heard Whitebeard say something like, oh, if I ever got a great treasure, I will hide it on this island where the rivers flow east and the sky rises west and the green snakes are very beautiful. So maybe Bakkin is looking for that location as well. Maybe she doesn't know it's like the Fourth Road Poneglyph is there, but she knows that it's like the location where Whitebeard would hide his treasures. So now you have your setup for the next island, right? Yamato gets a hint of where the Fourth Poneglyph is, and then Marco and the Whitebeard pirates maybe join up with the Straw Hats and they go to the next island, and then the clash is with Weevil and Bakkin, and maybe there's some other people who get involved on that island and stuff. But that's the premise, and I think it would be a good intermission as well, because a lot of people think after Wano we're probably going to Elbaf, because we can't really think of any other islands, right? There's Elbaf, Lodestar, Laughtail, right? That's like the only big ones that we could think of. But how about this new island where like this Yonko saga, like we're talking about all the Yonko and focusing on like these big name guys now. Why not have another arc dedicated to the Whitebeard pirates, because the shine they got in Marineford wasn't that long, and also they caught a lot of L's, right? We need to see them like more than just fighting on the side and then getting bodied by the Marines. And once this arc is over and the thing is resolved, you're kind of setting up Endgame, right? I think that at that point you could really set up Endgame after that, where the next island could be Elbaf. They go to Elbaf after that, do a thing with Shanks there, and at that point Luffy, if the Fourth Road Poneglyph is at that location, Luffy would have all four and he would be ready to go to Laughtail, but he would definitely want to explore like the rest of the Grand Line and get to like Lodestar as well. So I think that island being a nice intermission, we could maybe see more Straw Hat interactions. It's a little more chill because we just got out of this big Wano arc of like fighting two Yonkos and stuff. There'll still be big stuff going on in the background of like Vivi and Sabo and all that stuff that's happening. It's gonna be looming and the big battles are gonna be coming, but this could be the setup for the big battle at Elbaf, or like meeting Shanks, and then Blackbeard will obviously be going after Luffy, because at this point Luffy would have all four poneglyphs and like everybody will want his head. So I actually think this makes a lot of sense. Whitebeard moving the last poneglyph to this location, that could be like a connection with Bakkin and Weevil, and then Yamato gives us a hint about this next location. It takes us there with the Whitebeard pirates. We get a little more character development for them, and Yamato will for sure want to go to that island and explore as well, find that last poneglyph and go on this great adventure. I'm just really excited for Yamato for Straw Hat, but what do you guys think? Do you like my little theory of like it being all connected together with Yamato like giving us a hint and then Weevil getting involved and the Whitebeard pirates getting involved? Let me know in the comments below, or if you have any theories of your own of where the last poneglyph is, drop that in the comments below as well. But as always, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please hit that like button. It helps a lot with the YouTube algorithm. And if you want to keep up to date with when I'm posting new videos or doing live streams, I will be doing a live reaction once the early chapter drops on probably Friday. So keep an eye out for that. But by the time this video goes up, we should be about over 2,000 subscribers. So that's another huge milestone that we've hit. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. But remember, our big goal is 5,000. So help us get there. Discord at 5K. Help us get there. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell to join the crew as well. Follow me on Twitter. I'm DKing4. Video right there. Playlist right there. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.